Well, Elisabeth Kendall is a senior research fellow at the University of Oxford. She's an expert on al-Qa'ida in Yemen and joins us now via Skype from Chamonix in France. Thanks for being with us. I want to ask you, first of all, about this UN report and the fact that it says that the Saudi-led coalition has made little in terms of operational or tactical gains on the ground there. Do you agree with that assessment?
I think that's a fair assessment overall. Of course, the coalition did make some early gains at the beginning of the war, but it has been at stalemate now for many, many months, and it doesn't look like that's going to shift. So although people always go into wars thinking that they're going to be short wars, a couple of months, after that we heard, oh, it will be over by Christmas, that does now seem very naive. And
there are several wars going on, in fact, in Yemen. There's the US and against ACAP or al-Qa'ida in the Arabian Peninsula, as it's known. The Saudi coalition against the Houthis, as we've been saying. And there also is a nascent struggle for independence among people in South Yemen. Is it possible then for any sort of a peace to emerge here?
Well, it's going to be incredibly hard for peace to emerge. Once you take the lid off a whole bunch of simmering struggles, it's very hard to put that lid back on again. Nevertheless, we must continue to try. What I would say is that, beyond the major struggles that you've mentioned inside Yemen are so many other factions, parties, militias, that even if we had peace between the major two sides in this, the Houthis and Ali Abdullah Saleh on one side and the coalition on the other, there would still be many, many simmering struggles.
And as far as the assessment as well that this is leading to more radicalization, particularly among younger people in Yemen, how accurate is that assessment, do you believe, based on your knowledge of this?
I think that is an accurate assessment. Now, in a conflict situation, of course, we know that radicalization is easily bred. And of course, a war situation creates greater polarization between different factions. That can be latched onto by groups like al-Qa'ida in the Arabian Peninsula, who will try to attach themselves to local concerns first and then impose an agenda of global jihad on top of that. Now, although al-Qa'ida was severely diminished in Yemen after April last year, when special forces moved in on the state it had entrenched, nevertheless, even in this year alone, we've had 185 attacks by al-Qa'ida inside Yemen. And we also know that they continue to have an international agenda beyond that.
Good to speak with you, Elisabeth Kendall, there in Chamonix in France.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.